Oh, welcome back to you. I mean, me, whatever. Welcome back either way. I'm back after a small hiatus. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. Just came back from Mexico, I don't know, 6 days ago. And come back to, a near Earth ending event in the eclipse that we had to deal with today. Holy jeez, man. So I'm a little sluggish, a little bit on me right now. So I don't know how you've been for 2 weeks. Been a little weird. Yeah, but I'm back now. So yeah, Joe's not here though. So I'm back by myself right now until Joe decides he wants to get his ass in gear over here. He always gives me grief about starting late. I'm not starting late today, bud. So you're not here. There you are. See, look at that. I'm pretty tan. Come on. I don't know. What I could show you my ass, and then you'd be like, "Whoa, shit, man, he's pretty tan." I didn't really get that out there, right? So, I just dropped something. Yeah. So, welcome back. I'll be honest. Today I was like, "Ooh, sluggish to go for some reason." I went and checked out that eclipse, which we'll talk about. Pretty cool stuff. I don't know if you've seen a total eclipse before, or if you did see this one. If you didn't see this one, I don't know where you were. You were under a rock or something. You must have seen it, Joe. I'm guessing. It was really cool. I actually looked directly at it. I know you're not supposed to, but I did. Indirectly. I looked kind of like this at it. And if you do that like I did, you can actually see without seeing the moon. You can see like a weird line in the sun. And then, how you get the sunspots? You can do this and then see where that line was. So that's what I did. That's how I knew that the eclipse was on. And then I put those silly movie theater glasses on and I could see it. Pretty wild stuff. Oh yeah, okay. So I didn't really see it in the reel, but I did. I wasn't working today. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. I mean, there was all kinds of weird ideas that it would end the world, and I don't know, Large Hadron Collider was going to do some shit. I don't know. Nothing happened, obviously, just like Y2K, just like all the other stuff, the Mayan calendar ending. Nothing happened. Nothing does happen. We're all doomed, people. We're just doomed. This is purgatory. This is where we're at. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's ending this thing. We just got to keep churning on this planet, okay? Until you stop breathing. And then you get reincarnated. Probably. Who knows? All right. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the, I don't know if you heard about Morgan Wallen. He's throwing some chairs. He's a chair thrower. He threw a chair at some cops. Whatever. I don't know, those crazy country singers. That's what they do. I'm not a country singer fan guy, but I'm a fan of chair throwing sometimes. This one got him in some trouble though. We'll talk about it. Also, we're going to talk about Neuralink's competition, a company called Synchron. They're going to start running a trial for brain chips. It's starting, people. If you didn't want it to happen, well, it's starting. Here we go. So we'll talk about that. Also, Louder with Crowder. He has some issues, and he's had some issues since he left the Blaze or whatever his parent company was. Now I guess he's suing his ex-wife and some former employee. We'll talk about that too. Kind of goofy stuff. Good thing he's back in the news. What are you saying there? Yeah, I know. Earth is a weird game. I don't really want to play it anymore either, there, buddy. Also, we got I got a couple of videos I'm going to play. One is just this funny video I found on Clown World about this very dumb white chick, being dumb and having dumb ideas. Play that, react to it, that kind of thing. Put it this way, I didn't really want to go into the news too much this week. And the last sort of thing I'll talk about is you probably know the Bad Friends podcast. If you don't already, I talked about it, I don't know, last podcast I think it was. I talked about Andrew Santino. He's one of the guys on there, and Bobby Lee. It's funny. Really quite funny. But there's a viral clip that went out where he where he says, "I'm Bobby Mom." And he does a cross-eyed. He's like, "I'm Bobby Mom." It's funny. So I'm going to play that and then react to that, and we'll laugh and, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I agree with you, Joe. It's the brain chip competition is beginning. Neuralink's got some copycats, and they're going to beat them to it, I think. And then problems. Okay. So, yeah, before we do any of that, if you are watching, I've seen some viewers coming in and out. If you are watching and you aren't jumping in the chat, jump in the chat. Let's see who you are and say something to me. That's kind of cool. Also, if you do watch and you like the channel, subscribe. That helps, obviously. I'm at $2.99 right now. I've been at $2.99 for a little bit. So let's get me to that big 300 subscribers, big 300. And then, on and upward from there. But it's funny because, you think you'd want to be that 300 subscriber. But yeah, subscribe, like, share, all that kind of stuff helps small channels like this one if you like the content. If you don't, well, you know what? Bye-bye. See ya. It's fine. I won't be hurt. My feelings won't be hurt. Joe's feelings might be hurt. He's a very sensitive guy, and he's looking for friends in the chat. And right now, there's no friends in the chat for Joe. So it's just me and Joe right now, just chatting to each other. I'm half of the time I'm chatting to the camera. I'm ignoring what Joe's saying. So he's talking about WEF overlords right now. I see it. I'm not even reading it. I'm just the worst. So yeah. So get in that chat if you're watching and say hi, because I promise we don't bite. Well, I can't promise Joe doesn't. I don't bite. So, all right. So let's get to it because I'm kind of tired and I want to get through this. Sorry. All right. Let me pull up my first thing here. Okay, so I don't know where you were today, but there was a nice big solar eclipse in North America. If you didn't catch it, well, I don't know what rock you were under. It happened. I think it started right around 1:00, depending where you were, and it ran all the way to like almost 4:00. Went quite dark for a little bit. Here where I am, basically, it was a full eclipse by about 3:20, something like that. So it was interesting. I got a chance to look up at it a few times with glasses, without. A lot of cloud cover, unfortunately, so it did screw it up a little bit. And it was supposed to be. You were supposed to be able to see some planets. I guess Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn. I think it was those 4 planets. You're going to be able to see them once it went dark. So you would have had about 90 seconds to see them. But if you were where I was or anywhere around where I was, cloud cover screwed that up. So anyways, let me read this article here. This is The Guardian. So, bit of a dumpster fire, but let's go. So excitement builds ahead of total solar eclipse in U.S., Mexico, and Canada. So across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, people have rushed to stake out spots to witness a rare total solar eclipse, while forecasts for cloudy skies worry some hopeful spectators. Yeah, worry was right, because it did screw it right up. The phenomenon happens when the moon lines up perfectly between the Earth and the sun, blocking out the sunlight. The eclipse will be visible in the three countries on the 8th of April, which is today and was today. So it's over. If you missed it, too bad. It's over. Unless you can go back in time, then you can get it. North America won't see another coast-to-coast total solar eclipse for 21 years, with millions of people across the country expected to travel to witness the celestial event. And if you did notice, if you were around major highways, you would have noticed that, because around our major highways around here, they were locked up. They were just slammed. They had signs all over the highways saying, "Don't stop on the highway when the eclipse happens." I don't know. You can't fix stupid. Like, that's just stupid to me. Like, the fact that you have to do that, it's kind of, I don't know. It likens to the idea of saying, stay in your lane while you're driving. Like, kind of feel like you shouldn't have to tell people to do that, but that's where we live. The track of the moon's shadow is called the path of totality, which for Monday's eclipse will be about 115 miles or 185 kilometers for my UK and Canadian friends, wide and sweep across 15 states in the US in a northeast direction from Texas to Maine for roughly an hour, beginning at 1:30 CT, so Central Time, and ending at about 3:35 Eastern Time. While the hopeful spectators, among the hopeful spectators is George Martinez, who lives outside Dallas and Mesquite. He plans to witness history from home with his wife and their 3-year-old daughter. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care, honestly. An estimated 31.6 million people, almost three times as many as in 2017, live in the path of totality, which is longer and also wider than almost every other total eclipse before it, because the moon is closer to Earth and casts a broader shadow. The weather was a hot topic at the Buffalo Naval and Military Park on Sunday. By mid-morning on Sunday, volunteer Tom Villa had already greeted tours. Oh, come on. Shut up. I don't care. Yeah. Anyways, just so you know, it was a nice big eclipse. Very cool. Very cool to watch, except for the clouds. I'm going to show you something, though, here. I'm done with this article. It's already goes into weird stuff. Here's the list of total eclipse in the 21st century. Just in case you were told these are super rare, they're kind of not. It's just rare for certain parts of the world, right? So like where I am, I think the next one's supposed to be 100 years or something from now. But I'm going to show you this. These are the 21st century alone. So you can see, and there's a thing here where it says type. So it says total, then there's annular, then there's partial, and I think that's it. Oh, hybrid. There's hybrid. So let's scroll down here. Here's your sound effects. Let's get to where we are. So April 8th, 2024, total shows you where. So Mexico, Central, and Northeastern United States, Eastern Canada, and then partial through North America, some of North America and such. So the next total eclipse that's set to hit anywhere on the planet is August 12th, 2026. So if you live in the Arctic, Greenland, Iceland, or Spain, or Northeastern Portugal, lucky you. You're going to get one. Then the next one after that would be the following year after that, 2027. If you live in Morocco, Spain, Algeria. Why does Spain get it twice? That's not fair. Morocco, Spain, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and Somalia. So you can see they're not very rare as far as them happening. It's just rare maybe in your part of the world, which is the case this time around here where I live. So if you missed it, well, maybe get your trip set up for the next one. And like I said, go to Iceland. I think they need tourism. So go check that out. The good news is none of us died. There was no problems, no major, satellites coming down or the Hadron Collider doing anything silly. But you never know. Maybe next week I'll talk about a conspiracy theory related to the solar eclipse. Just never know. All right. Would you say it depends what she looks like if I bite or not? That's true. It does. She's a good looker. It's hard to know what they look like in the chat though, buddy. You just have to it's based on their words, I suppose. All right. Let me get on to the next thing here. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. So if you're a Morgan Wallen, I think it's Wallen. If you're a fan of him, well, he throws chairs. I don't know if that's a thing for you, if that's, if that's one of your buggy boos, or that's maybe, something that makes you hot. He does it. He did it. Threw it at some cops. Not smart. So he was kind of arrested. I'm going to read this article. This is AP News. Morgan Wallen has been arrested after police say he threw a chair off of a roof of a 6-story bar. This guy's trouble. Just these country singers, they're unstoppable. So country singer Morgan Wallen has been arrested after police say he threw a chair off the rooftop of a newly opened 6-story bar in downtown Nashville. Wallen, 30, was booked into jail early Monday on 3 felony counts of reckless endangerment and 1 misdemeanor count of disorderly conduct, Metro Nashville police tweeted. The charges stem from a chair being thrown from the rooftop of Chief's Bar and landing on Broadway near 2 police officers. If he wasn't trying to throw it at the cops, If he was trying to throw it at the cops, really Like, what are you doing, buddy? An arrest affidavit says the chair landed about 3 feet from officers who talked to witnesses and reviewed security footage. Witnesses told officers that they watched Wallen pick up a chair, throw it over the roof, and laugh about it. Wallen's attorney, Warwick Robinson, confirmed the arrest late Sunday and said the singer was cooperating fully with authorities. He was released from custody and has a court date scheduled May 3rd. So Wallen is one of the biggest names in contemporary country. His 3rd studio album, 2023's One Thing at a Time, was the most consumed album in the U.S. last year. I don't even, you know what? I'm reading this stuff and I don't even care. I don't really. Come on. In 2021, the country singer was suspended indefinitely from his label and saw his music pulled by radio stations and streaming services after video surfaced of him shouting a racial slur. As a result, he was disqualified or limited from several award shows and received no Grammy nominations for his best-selling Dangerous, the double album. I'm guessing this guy has a little bit of a problem with the drink. He gets himself in a little tiz when he hits the stuff, the sauce. In 2020, he was arrested on public intoxication and disorderly conduct charges after being kicked out of Kid Rock's bar in downtown Nashville. At the time, Wallen posted on social media that he and some friends were horseplaying after a few bar stops. We didn't mean any harm, and we want to say sorry to any bar staff or anyone that was affected, Wallen posted on X. Thank you to the local authorities for being so professional and doing their job with class. Love y'all. Okay, so we'll see what happens with this guy. He likes the drink. He likes the fun. He likes to throw chairs off of roofs. I mean, stupid, but whatever. I mean, we've all done stupid shit like that, I guess. And, we all know that those country singers, man, when they get the sauce in them, they turn really, really crazy and turn up the hoopla. So we'll watch this a little close and see what happens. All right. Okay, what are you saying here? He didn't even hit anyone by a yard. Yeah. Well, I think at this point now he's probably just like a bad boy, and they're just anytime you mess around with cops, they kind of they get a little they get a little over the top. I had a situation when I was young, and I did something I almost don't want to admit it on a live stream, but I shot a pellet or BB gun, and and I almost hit a cop. It was long story. I'm not going to get into here. Maybe another time. But so they kind of went a little crazy. They found exactly what apartment I was in and came knocking on my door and tried to get the super to open the door. There was a whole hoopla. I didn't even know I hit him. It didn't do anything. It was so far away. But I was going for a light. I was young. I was like 13 or something at the time. But funny stuff. But they freaked all out and they wanted to be let into the apartment. And then they came back the next day. It was like, come on, man, relax. Probably felt like somebody just flicked them, but they overreacted. So I can imagine a couple cops see a chair come down at him, and it's relatively close. They're like, and then they go, "Oh, it's Morgan Wallen. Let's kind of throw the book at this guy." So we'll see. One of my best friends shot me with a BB gun when we were in 11th grade. Did he break skin? Because I've been shot before in the arm. Right. Oh, sorry, I got to get over here. Right over here somewhere. You won't be able to see it. Probably the scar's probably gone by now. But it did break skin, and it was pretty bad at the time. Like, it hurt quite a bit. So left a massive bruise. But yeah, so it's no joke. But I shot this. It was like, I don't even know how long or how far away it was. I don't know, 200 feet maybe or something. It was crazy. It was a long, long way. So it couldn't have hit hard. But anyways, all right. Let me carry on here. Let's where are we at? This story. Okay, so Neuralink has some competition in the brain chip space. Synchron is another company here. They're going to be starting or looking to start some brain chip implant trials soon. It's kind of scary stuff. Maybe, if you think so. I kind of think so. I don't know. I don't like the idea of somebody implanting some stuff in my brain. There's already enough weird things in there. I'm going to read this article. This is by Reuters. It says exclusive Synchron, a rival to Musk's Neuralink, readies large-scale brain implant trial. So Synchron Inc., a rival to Elon Musk's Neuralink brain implant startup, is preparing to recruit patients for a large-scale clinical trial required to seek commercial approval for its device, the company's chief executive told Reuters. Synchron on Monday plans to launch an online registry for patients interested in joining the trial, meant to include dozens of participants, and has received interest from about 120 clinical trial centers to help run the study, CEO Thomas Oxley said in an interview. Part of this registry is to start to enable local physicians to speak to patients with motor impairment. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I kind of like that. I'll be honest with you. I kind of like the idea if these implants are going to just help people, with like spinal issues or, motor function issues, things like that. If it's like working with the cerebellum or something like that, instead of like, getting into our brain and getting into our thoughts and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of a big fan of that. It's near and dear to my heart. My best friend is quadriplegic, so I I would love to see this kind of thing happen. So I'm all right. I'm going to do a little 180 on this story. This might be a good thing. There's a lot of interest, so we don't want it to come in a big bottleneck right before the study we'll be doing. New York-based Synchron is farther along in the process of testing its brain implant than Neuralink. Both companies initially aimed to help paralyzed patients type on a computer using devices that interpret brain signals. Okay, yeah, that's part of what they want to do. There's other big parts of what they want to do. They want to connect us with like a web where you're thinking about weird things and I can see your weird things you're thinking about. Synchron received U.S. authorization for preliminary testing in July of 2021 and has implanted its device in 6 patients. Prior testing in 4 patients in Australia showed no serious adverse side effects, the company has reported. So prior to, I thought it was basically, I was saying 4 out of 6 were fine. That's pretty bad odds. Synchron will be analyzing the U.S. data to prepare for the larger study while awaiting authorization from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to proceed, Oxy said. Synchron and the FDA declined to comment on the expected timing of that decision. The company aims to include patients who are paralyzed due to neurodegenerative disease, ALS, stroke, and multiple sclerosis, Oxley said. Mount Sinai in New York, the University of Buffalo Neurosurgery, and the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center are collaborating on the preliminary study. Synchron said it hopes to involve these centers in the larger trial. Dr. David Lacomas, chief of UPMC's neuromuscular division, said his team is still participating in the preliminary human testing and the study is going well. Students continue to be monitored for safety, and an extensive amount of data are being collected as the brain implant is being used, he said. A much larger pivotal trial is in the planning stages. The Department of Neurosurgery and the Jacobs School of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences at the University of Buffalo has 2 patients in the small trial. Having a hard time. I think that eclipse messed with my brain. Our site has enrolled the first and only stroke patient, as we feel this is a significant population that can benefit, said Department Chair Dr. Elad Levy. We are optimistic and excited about the next phases of this technology. I might need it. Holy shit, I might be having a stroke right now. Jeez. Expanding the market. Synchron, whose investors include billionaires Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. Oh, awesome. Of course. Oh, Bill Gates. I'm glad he's involved. That's my favorite. And Neuralink competed in a niche of so-called brain-computer interface, BCI devices. Such devices use electrodes that penetrate the brain or sit on its surface to provide direct communication to computers. No company has received final FDA approval to market a BCI brain implant. Synchron's device is delivered to the brain via the large vein that sits next to the motor cortex in the brain instead of being surgically implanted into the brain cortex like Neuralink's. Neuralink, which has mainly announced developments on Musk's social media platform X, did not respond to questions about its clinical trial. The company has so far announced that it has implanted its device in 1 paralyzed patient. Testing an implant in stroke patients can be particularly challenging, as an individual's brain may be so severely damaged that there isn't sufficient neural signaling to record. The FDA has asked Synchron to screen stroke patients using a non-invasive test to determine whether they would respond to an implant. They want to expand the market to people who have had a stroke severe enough to cause paralysis because if limited to quadriplegia, the market is way too small to be sustainable. Okay. Kip Ludwig, former program director for the neural engineering at the U.S. National Institutes of Health, said of Synchron. In 2020, Synchron reported that patients in its Australian study could use its first-generation device to type an average of 16 characters per minute. That's better than non-invasive devices that sit atop the head and record the electrical activity of the brain, which have helped people type up to 8 characters per minute, but not the leap forward that is hoped for with an implant, Ludwig said. So, yeah. All right. I'm not going to keep reading this. It's kind of... All right. I think it's done anyway. Yeah. So, I kind of retract what I said. I mean, I like the idea that they're going to implant these things to help people with motor function skills or issues. I mean, but I think, again, I'm worried this kind of stuff. This is like it's like the entry level stuff. They're going to get it into that. They're going to normalize it. They're going to say, oh, we're using this for that. And then suddenly, then you've got people using it for other things, just I'm not going to say nefarious reasons, but for reasons that are more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more cavalier, I guess. Like you're just like, oh, now I want to be able to read a book without using my hands to pick it up. I can just read it. I don't know. Weird stuff. Could be the start of a very crazy future with AI and implants in our head. But this is where it begins, folks. So if you if you got your eyes closed, you're gonna miss it. All right, here we go. What do you guys say? I agree. If they stick this in helping paraplegics, it will be a good thing. Yeah, evil. I agree. Yeah, it could be evil. I don't know. It's always kind of evil when people are doing it. I think, unfortunately, it's there's always an ulterior motive, right? It's always money. It's always power, greed, these kinds of things. Unfortunately, but if the right people get a hold of this and they're trying to help people, I don't know. I guess the optimist in me hopes that that's the case, but the pessimist in me and the realist in me thinks it probably isn't. Either way, they're starting, so we all should be kind of weary. All right, let me get on to the next thing here. Okay, so we haven't heard much of Steven Crowder or Louder with Crowder in a while, ever since his split, I guess, from the Blaze and him going on his own, trying to get with Daily Wire, all these different things that happen. But he's splitting with his wife. She's suing the company. Now they're resuing back. Louder with Crowder, the company itself, is suing for, I think, basically that they're saying she's trying to extort them. So I'm going to read this article here. This kind of happened while I was on vacation, so I apologize if this is a little late on the news cycle, but here we go. This is Times Now. I don't even know who these guys are. Seemed like a pretty good article, so we'll give them a benefit of the doubt here. So Louder with Crowder suing ex-employee Jared Monroe, founder's ex-wife Hillary. Here's why. Parent company of the news podcast Louder with Crowder is suing the ex-wife of host Steven Crowder and a former employee, accusing them of extortion. The lawsuit filed by Louder with Crowder LLC claims that Steven Crowder's wife Hillary plotted with former employee Jared Monroe to extort more money than Texas law would allow from Steven in their pending divorce proceedings, as per an SCNR report. The parent company of the news podcast Louder with Crowder is suing the ex-wife of host Steven Crowder and former... Why are you saying that twice? Okay. The lawsuit claims that in August 2022, a year after they filed for divorce, Hillary had messaged a group of friends and family members saying that it was time this divorce went public. It accuses Hillary Monroe and other family members of Hillary of deliberately making the divorce public to taint Steven Crowder's reputation and force him to settle it quickly. Steven Crowder's legal team said that Hillary and her friends were optimistic that making things public would create social pressure and optics that would cause LWC to force Mr. Crowder to settle in the divorce proceeding. Defendants then implemented their full-throated effort to engage in the negative media campaign to damage LWC. SCNR report, based on accessed court filings, that Steven Crowder was ordered to pay Hillary $25,000 a month in the last 2 years. Wow, geez, that's not bad. Recently, she made a post on X saying that she is looking for work as she can't afford to be a stay-at-home mother anymore. Wow, you're making $300,000 a year and you can't afford to be a stay-at-home mom? That's okay. That's crazy to me. In August 2018, Mettello separated from LWC. Back then, he had entered into an agreement with the company that contained a non-disparagement clause. The lawsuit claims that despite not communicating with Hillary for nearly 6 years, Mettello eagerly participated in the extortion scheme, which allegedly violated his agreement. LWC, which is obviously Louder with Crowder, first sent a cease and desist letter against Mettello and subsequently filed a Rule 202 petition seeking Mettello's deposition and requested he produce documents relating to his alleged repeated violations. What the hell is going on with my reading right now? Seriously, I think my eyes from looking at that eclipse are a little messed. Recently, in video on X, Metello accused his former employee of legal abuse and has garnered over $72,000 in donations within a day. Okay, so wow. This could be. I mean, this could be just like back and forth bullshit. She's suing him, obviously for divorce proceedings and whatnot, and who knows what she's suing him for. Whatever she's trying to value his company is sort of slightly defunct company at this point, which could have been contrived, to be honest. Who knows? Maybe he ended it because he was worried about divorce. But this sounds like it could be something. I don't know. Who knows? This could be just their little way of kicking back at her. But we'll have to see. Let's see what comes out with this. But I'm sure this is going to make the news cycle for a little while. If she's actually legitimately, got a leg to stand on as far as going further than a divorce proceeding. But if she's added some other parties into it, that could be a problem for her. Again, we'll have to see. All right. Cuckoo. We're only at 31 minutes. I'm going to get through these two last videos pretty quick. I think we're at 45 minutes max on this one today. So you got time to go and make a snack. You can go have a poop. You do whatever you need to do, Joe, before Tim Pool starts at 8 o'clock. So you're welcome. It's all for you, buddy, and whoever the other couple viewers are right now. But I don't know. They don't say anything. Nobody speaks in the chat, so I never know. All right, let me get on the next one here. All right, so as we all know by now, anybody who watches this knows I love Clown World. If you haven't checked out Clown World on X, go check out Clown World. A lot of funny stuff. It's obviously it's more about like stupidity in culture right now. That's what it's kind of about. But I found this nice video on Clown World, and this is it's basically a woman who is talking about her problems with dating, I guess, essentially, and how I don't know. I'm not going to frame it too much. It's stupidity of women. Let me just play this video and then just kind of react to it. So here we go.
What's your age?
32.
Are you single?
No.
How long you had a man?
A month and a half.
So why do you choose to commit to somebody now?
He supports me in whatever I want to do, my dreams and goals, and we have the same interests.
So other men didn't want to support you before in the past?
I've been with men that said they wanted to, and then 4 months in, they wanted to either support them in their dreams and goals, or they didn't like my dreams and goals, and they wanted me to not.
Wait till you hear what these are.
What made these dreams so controversial?
I want to travel all over the world and fuck on every balcony. That's my dreams.
You do
That ain't
OnlyFans?
Yes.
What are some of the effects of you knowing that people have seen everything your body has to offer online?
Ooh.
How do you know that? Did I say I did do that?
Well, you did say you kind of want to smash on every balcony.
Yeah, I didn't say that I needed to film it. I just want to travel and fuck my person on every balcony.
Jeez, like come on. This is kind of the problem with the modern feminist women, or these idiot women who are trying to steal their sexuality back. I guess that's her dreams right there, folks, is to travel the world and fuck on every balcony. That's good. And she's having a hard time finding a guy that'll support her in that conquest. Because, sometimes in partnerships, somebody wants you to support them a little bit. Maybe they've got some dreams that aren't so, lofty. See what I did there? Come on. Get some credit. Balcony, loft, whatever. Anyways, if I have to explain the joke, it's not even funny. But, yeah. Anyways, I saw that video and I thought, how hilariously stupid are these women? And not even embarrassed. For one, she's dressed like an idiot. And she obviously has OnlyFans. He just guessed that. I don't know how he's able to guess that. I don't know. Weird. I kind of was too. And then she's having a hard time dating. Poor thing. Anyways, so there's your laugh of the week. Just yeah. Women be stupid. Other women watching, don't be her, okay? It's not attractive. People pay for her OnlyFans. Oh yeah. Well, you know what? It's it's probably Probably Gizzo. He's not even talking. He's just watching. Gretzky. Gretzky's trending right now? I don't know. But yeah, you know what? People will pay for anybody, buddy. OnlyFans, probably that just people watching that video there on Clown World, they probably went and checked your OnlyFans out. You know, people are curious. You know, it's like it was. You remember that Cash Me Outside chick? It was like this. She was like 13 or 14 or something like that. She was on, what's his face, Dr. Phil, and she's like, "Cash Me Outside. How about that?" I think her name's Bad Baby now or something like that. I think it's I think BAHD, Bad Baby. That's it. She was like one of the fastest to 1 million on OnlyFans. Well, people were just curious. I think she's whatever. I guess she's kind of good looking. I don't know, maybe, but trashy and retarded. Sorry, I said the R word, everybody. But yeah, people will look at anybody on OnlyFans. So I'm not surprised this chick has an OnlyFans. I'm just sad for her. That's all. I'm just sad for her and anybody like her that, that's what they do and that's what they think is cool. And they have no problem admitting that on camera. Kind of, I don't know, keep that shit to yourself. You got lofty goals and dreams like that, kids. Maybe just, I don't know, just tell your shrink and maybe your best friend. And that's about it. All right. Look at, I'm trending? What? Am I trending? Look at my trending. I was gonna say I'm not trending. You're wrong. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. Maybe I missed a story about Gretzky. Maybe something's going on. Maybe his dad died or something. I hope not. Or his dad died already, I think. I don't know. I have to look. You think I'd know Gretzky because he's like, his hometown's like 30 minutes away from me. But I don't. My head's been in the sand since I got back. Just worked and haven't really paid attention to much of anything. Maybe it was an eclipse all messing with me. Okay. Anyways, let me get on the last one. I kind of was looking forward to doing this one because this video is hilarious. I love this video. It makes me laugh every time. Okay, here we go. So if you don't know what Bad Friends is, the Bad Friends podcast, you should check it out. It's Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. They do a podcast together, and they're just funny. It's I talked about Andrew Santino on a former podcast. I watched his stand up. Not very funny. Like I didn't find it very funny, but I don't know. It just didn't feel funny to me. But the podcast when he's riffing with Bobby Lee, it's funny, and there's a lot of good viral clips. This one is one of them. This is one of my favorite ones, probably of all time. From it, I'm gonna play this and then laugh, and we'll talk about it. So here we go. Hold on.
What's your best Asian that you can do?
With Bobby, and when I really want to make him mad, I
Everybody's-
go, "Oh no, don't tell you!" It's insane. It's fake. It's not.
Yeah.
It couldn't be a real person.
And then let's because Bobby was here. He did the last live show with us.
Yeah.
And it was great. But I told Bobby, and I don't know what it is, but an Asian accent's always funnier. Oh, and we can make fun of my mom and her accent for days. Pulls out his mom card, and I'll be like, "You win." That's funnier.
We were making fun of each other's moms. For some reason, it went like viral that I just went cross-eyed and I was like, "I'm Bobby Mom."
Chicago, the grizzly animal.
In Chicago?
Your mom.
It's funny.
That grizzly animal.
Don't talk about my mother.
It's just joke. Relax.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman.
Unlike your cross-eyed mother.
You don't have to fucking get spit.
I'm not Bobby Mother. I'm Bobby Mom.
You're so fucking mean, dude.
I love that. Oh, it's so racist, but it's so awesome. He does a lot of racist stuff on the show. Bobby Lee's got a great sense of humor though, so he obviously is not going to be bothered by it. But that's hilarious. If that's not what you need to check out that podcast, Bad Friends, I don't know. I don't know what endorsement you need from that. That video went viral and hilariously so. It's awesome. So there's a little laugh. So you're welcome for that. All right. Is that what it is? Okay. Trudeau compared himself to Gretzky. That's funny. Yeah. Trudeau's such a clown. Oh, I hate that guy. I'm just so tired of him. It's been what, almost 9 years or something like that with him, and I don't know what he's doing. He might be doing the same thing as they're doing down in your neck of the woods there, buddy, where they're just trying to load up immigration so they can get, garner more elections to go their way. And in the States, at least you got term limits. As far as prime minister here in Canada, shit, the guy could be prime minister for, what is he, like 50? He could be prime minister now for the next 30 years. We could have a Trudeau dictatorship. Trudum. Everybody hates him, though. It seems like, I don't know of anybody who likes him. So I don't know who's voting this guy. They blindly vote Liberal here. And then you know that asshat's leading, right? Like, so vote somebody else. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to talk politics. I'm too tired for politics right now. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Folks watching, that's it. That's all I got. All those folks that I see watching and not talking, you missed it. If you're just tuning in now. If you're just tuning in now and you do like the show and you have watched the show and you do know I do every show every Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. If you know people that might like the show, share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with people you know. Share it with whoever. I don't care. Share it with the mailman. Share it with the milk delivery man. No such thing. Actually, technically there is again. Now you can get your groceries delivered. So you could call those milk delivery men if you like. And women. We're not sexist in this day and age. But yeah, check out, if you've missed any of the podcasts and you don't want to go all the way back through and see it, I understand. You can check out clips during the week, 5 o'clock from Tuesday to Sunday. And when you see those, again, like, comment, share, engage. It's called engagement, people. If you don't know what engagement is, that's what it is. It means when you hit that, even when you hit that, which I'd rather you didn't, but if you do, you want to hit either one, hit either one. Get in the comments. That helps the engagement. Share, watch. When you watch a video, the worst thing you can do, by the way, is watch a video for 10 seconds, turn it off. I hate you if you do that, because that doesn't even count as a view. Actually, it kind of hurts the algorithm for the video. Hey, buddy, there he is. Gizzo's a little late. Thanks for joining a little late there, buddy. I'm kind of running short anyway, so you didn't miss much. So again, yeah, if you did catch it, thanks for watching. If you didn't, check me out next week, 7 o'clock Mondays. I'm here. Joe's here. Gizzo's here sometimes, and and again, do all those things to engage with the channel, because I am small and I'm at 299 subscribers as of now. You want to be that 300 subscriber? Whew. I mean, it might mean something, but probably not. But thanks anyways. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Thanks, Joe. See you, Gizzo. See everybody. Bye-bye.